like to be...
Not a groomer. Just a loser.
I think it was General MacArthur said, "You're remembered for the rules you break." And, you know, I've broken some rules to make this. I think I've broken them with logic.
Well, here we are. All this, among other things, is the reason why I haven't uploaded in so long. But all that's about to change. So welcome to the BloodMedia Podcast, where my friends and I talk about combat sports, current events, and, well, the media too. That's, games, movies, and all that good stuff. So, thank you for joining me for this pilot episode, and I very much hope to see you again for the next one. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the inaugural episode of the BloodMedia Podcast. It's me, Andy Mush. My name is on the channel, and I'm joined today by the ever so radiant Chloe Jade. Chloe Jade, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, everybody. My name is Chloe Jade. At the moment, I'm kind of sick, and I'm fighting for my life. Kidding, I'm not fighting for my life, but I am fighting. Anyway, I am in performance art and media. I am in theater making. I am in the work of applied drama. I'm currently finishing my MA at Wits, and wow, there's a lot going on. Anyway, that's what I do. I'll tell you about my social medias eventually.
All right. And of course, on my social medias, there's the YouTube, you can follow me on my Instagram, _actual, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Not on Twitter. So, today, we got a couple of interesting topics, at least topics that are in vogue. Namely, the whole mess. I don't know. Can we joke about it now? Has it been long enough?
Which one is this?
Talk about the slushy billionaires, the Oceangate situation, that whole thing. Is it okay to joke about it now? Because I don't know. Well, we're gonna talk about that, and we're also gonna talk about that whole mess with Colin Ballinger again. Gotta tiptoe about it because Miss Ballinger, I don't know. Yeah, she seems very litigious happy. She's being a very litigious Larry right now. You know what she did? This absolute freaking James Bond villain-esque person. Mm. So, are you familiar with the apology? What she did?
I mean, I saw it. I heard people speak about it before I saw it. So I went to go and watch it, okay? Excuse me. I'm like, okay, let me see. And then I see, okay, it's a song. And I listened to the song and I was like, she's a troll, guys. She's an internet troll. Like, she's been an internet troll. What did we expect?
I don't know, man. I mean, look, the thing is with, like, troll type characters, right? Oftentimes they have, the fourth wall break. Like, for example, are you familiar with Filthy Frank?
Mm-mm.
Okay, anyway, pretty much internet legend. You could call him a troll, but here's the thing, right? He had snatches in between where he was not the character. I feel like, and Miranda Sings kind of slipped up and, you see, she slipped up and kind of said that how she sometimes lives out things that she doesn't want to necessarily do. Allegedly, in Minecraft, in GTA or whatever, because I don't get freaking sued. Come on, I only have like 196 subs. She'll freaking crush me, good God. But anyway, she tries, it was on one of these shows, one of these white people in suit and dark hair night TV shows. Which one is it? Fallon, Kimmel? Anyway. And she said that. And then the host was like, let me tell you a secret. Don't ever say which scenes those are. Now, what I think is, most of it is things she doesn't want to do. But besides that, so what she did, right, is that same song that you heard, that magnificent piece of performance art, where, okay, first of all, can we stop calling it an apology? She didn't say, you see, okay, Chloe, tell me, what is the meat and potatoes of an apology? What is it, Chloe?
You say, sorry.
Yes, there it
I
is.
was wrong.
Yo, we can go on freaking Genius right now. Control F. Let's find that word. We're not. She didn't. I'm sorry. It's not. So, and the video itself, it's kind of high. Jeez, the sack on this woman. But again, allegedly, right? I feel like the thing what you're talking about right now, which is the most, obviously the spiciest bit of it, is a little overshot. It's like kind of like being like, oh, Hiroshima was the be all end all of World War II. No, there was like decades of warfare that led up to it, and by that I mean alleged in Minecraft or in fucking whatever. Yeah, she had. Do you know about why it led up to what it became? I mean, by now,
No.
Unless if you're like an internet cretin like me, I don't think. But pretty much she got accused of some heinous stuff, man.
I heard. I actually want to go to YouTube and get the song. So we can listen to the song. You feel me?
No, I don't want to get freaking copyright. She's been, like I said, she's been doing.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm giving her view on YouTube on my phone. You
Oh,
feel me?
okay.
You'll be able to hear in the audio.
Okay, if this gets copyright struck, it's her. Okay. I don't, anyway, so she gets accused of some stuff, but here's the kicker, right? It's not like some internet rando just came out and it was like, hey, Colin Ballinger has a spicy past, you should look that up. No. What trips me up is that it's multiple people pretty much saying something similar. Calling being inappropriate to people who you should not be interacting with. Mm-hmm. I mean, look, for me, right? Anything lower than 4 years, I start feeling kind of weird. I'm sorry. Could you date somebody like, okay, what's your cap off? Like, age down. What's the youngest you could date down?
Yeah.
No, not even date. Let's just say hang out with. Be like, this is a person hang out with. Dating is a whole other thing.
That's tricky, man. That's tricky. Honestly, just, be an adult. Be an adult for me. From 22, I think, maybe we can start having a conversation if you are 22.
Okay.
Feel me?
And how old are you now?
I'm 29.
Okay, we're pretty much the same age. Well, one was the same. You're a year older than me.
Yeah.
I remember you're always giving me crap like, yeah, but then when you turn this age, we're literally what? Anyway. Anyway, so for me, like I said, what really tripped me up is the fact that so many people came out with the same allegations, right? And then she, for a person who had been on the internet for so long, I'm surprised she's not familiar with the Streisand effect.
Okay, I don't know the Streisand effect.
Oh, don't worry. You're not, like I said, you're not an internet cretin like me.
Maybe it's jargon that I don't know.
It is. No, it is. So what happened with that whole situation is that somebody posted Barbra Streisand's, like, one of her beach houses or something, and then Barbra Streisand threw a big fit publicly, was like, no, I don't want you to take it off, which drew a huge amount of attention to that house, So that's what ended up being known as the Streisand effect, where you try to quell something, but in your attempt to try to, like, for example, why are we talking about it right now? This lady pulled a fucking ukulele. Yo, this woman went white woman power and pulled out a freaking ukulele and thought she could make things okay.
She's smart, guys.
Okay, explain. Okay, no, please explain. Please explain.
When last was anyone talking about Colleen Ballinger / Miranda Sings? When last? The last time I heard about her. Yo.
I mean,
I think I was maybe 22. You feel me?
Okay, yeah, like, I get that. But like, here's my whole thing, right? Why like this? Okay, there's like, okay, I don't think this is okay. What you're saying right now? Okay, first of all, again, pretty factual. We are talking about it right now, where we otherwise wouldn't have. That is true. But cart before the horse, my girl. I think she'd just been out here being, allegedly, just being a slimy ass, goofy ass human, And, and enough people are like, hey yo, what happened here was because, like, it's not just the people coming forward, It's now people are like looking back at the stuff she made and they're like, yo, this was kind of messed up. This was kind of like, all the isms and ists,
You see, with all the isms and ists, right? We need to understand when the internet came up and when people with that kind of crude humor were making things. Colleen
They're
Ballinger.
called edgelords. It was a time when edgelords pretty much ran the internet.
Honestly, I never thought she was. Sorry, world. This is my opinion. I never thought she was funny.
You're not alone. You're not alone. Me neither. I never got the appeal. Like for me, I thought the first time I ever heard about Colleen Ballinger was through Equals 3. Ray William Johnson's show. She did a bit on her because she was kind of going viral. Because she's a YouTube OG, which it's not like an army OG where you're like, oh yeah, he probably saw war. No, it just means you were there before everybody else was. So I thought
PewDiePie's friend in our brains.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, you know how the way your moms and dads call every Pokemon Pikachu. I feel like that for old YouTubers.
Yeah,
they're all some homogenous, loud thing that thought racism equals funny. But anyway, yeah, I saw an Equals 3, and I low-key thought it was like a one-off bit. I thought this was a lady who does other stuff, and then this character was just a one-off little video she made, and then it went big. I didn't know it was her whole thing. And yeah, so far from what I'm seeing, it's like she's been using it allegedly, using it as a thinly veiled like thing to, do unsavory activities. Again, I don't want to.
I mean, what I think it is. Okay, the reason I wanted to play the song, right? But if we are gonna play the song, we'll have to play it in like increments or whatever. I wanted to listen to what she's saying because I think in her mind, right? In her mind, from listening to the song, maybe she really, really, really is like really bad with social cues. Maybe she doesn't understand how she is supposed to exist in society, right? Because she prefaces the video with, my legal team and them told me don't do this thing.
That's my favorite part. That's my favorite part, bro. If I ever get to the level of success that I have a team of lawyers, I'm telling you right now, future team of lawyers, I will always listen to you, okay? Every time. I will never... Oh my god! But anyway, continue, please.
Yeah. She already started, okay, these people said don't do this thing and I'm gonna do it anyway. So, the people you have hired to protect you, it is their duty. They are paid to protect you. They say, my guy, don't proceed. Let's wait this out.
This bad.
Right?
Don't. Yeah.
And your response is, well, they didn't say I can't sing it. What are we supposed to think? What are we supposed to think? I don't know if, like, yo.
Isn't that some Looney Tunes ass stuff? Like,
yes.
Come on. That feels like something a kid would say. Like, oh my god. And you know the sad part? She thought she was doing a thing there. She thought she was like, oh my god. Like, there's so much to this. Like, I've watched so many video essays, and I've ended up through this again. As you said, by mistake, we ended up discovering a whole bunch of really, really like dope YouTubers in the process. So I don't know whether to thank Colleen, but thanking her would be sort of like taking a big fat stinky shit on like the victims. I don't want to do that right now. Again, I also would like to apologize to the people who may have been harmed. The jovial nature of this conversation is not trying to make light of anything. It's just that I think it's universally agreed upon sentiment that a ukulele apology for those kind of allegations, scratch that, any kind of allegations, come on now. Come on, could you imagine if well, R. Kelly kind of did it, but the difference is it used a ukulele.
I think Colleen thought that, I think she was having her Eminem moment. Her Slim Shady moment.
Yeah.
Because
everybody in the 313. She was having an 8 Mile moment, yeah.
You feel me? She was doing her thing, man.
Yeah.
She was sticking it to them, but also who are you sticking it to
exactly.
as this adult woman? And you know that your things are for children. Who are you sticking it to?
Precisely.
Who is the person? Right? I don't... Yeah. Honestly, I don't want to say it, but it's sitting here, right?
Say it.
It feels like, okay, let's put it out there. They are great people of all shapes and sizes, right?
Yeah.
They are great people of all color and creed. However, I do see a prevalence in white culture for people to be entitled. And I think, and I mean, maybe I'm speaking from a space of scorn, right? Maybe
okay,
I'm
glad you said that, yeah, because you're trying not to like say like this is it. You really like say, yeah, this is what I'm saying. Yeah, but okay.
Maybe I'm saying this from a space of scorn, but also, like, there's a lot of entitled white people who exist, right? And they will take and take and take and take without even realizing that they're taking. Because the world, the world has told them so many times it's fine, you can do this.
It's like that thing I said earlier. You know, someone hands you the Earth, and you're like, "Where's the moon?" You know, you don't realize you're just being handed the Earth.
Exactly. But I think what her apology said was, guys, I don't know what you're talking about. I felt if I were one of the victims, I would possibly feel gaslit.
Rightfully so.
Apparently she did admit to, there was one of the girls that she did something with on stage, and she opened her legs and
yeah, I've seen that. You can just look that up on YouTube. It's gross.
No, it doesn't make any sense. That's why I'm saying it's not funny. It was never ever funny. Miranda Sings was never funny. And when I was showed Miranda Sings, I was like, this is not funny. I don't understand why you're showing this to me.
We're funny.
Right? But because that behavior was reinforced positively, people were like, woo, Miranda Sings, woo, this is so fun.
You see, that's the thing. You may not find it funny, but there was a contingent of people who did.
Exactly.
And that's the people who she, you know, feedback loop, you know, fed into her.
Exactly.
I mean,
and the internet is like that. And honestly, we act like it's new,
yeah,
but algorithms aren't new.
True.
Algorithms have been around.
But here's the thing, though, right? I mean, again, not to. If you found that funny, okay, if that was your thing, if that was your type of humor, and to this day you still feel like you can separate the art from the artist well enough to enjoy Miranda Sings, hey, more power to you, dude. I just don't mess with that. I just don't find that funny either. Like, I'm pretty much on the same page with Chloe on this one, but I feel like that's I mean, pretty much touched on all we wanted to touch on for that topic, unless you have some closing regards regarding...
The more you tell people, right? Okay, let's look at it this way. Colleen Ballinger is a fairly attractive white woman.
True.
Right? She is shaped the way people wanted fairly attractive white women to be shaped back then, and to some extent now. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel that I feel like we're going into another conversation that might link us into pretty privilege. True, right?
True. But maybe that's another talk for another day. So let's head over to the other topic we're supposed to talk about, which is our boy Stockton Rush with this whole little Oceangate situation. So from what I heard from so far, as soon as they went down, boom, around an hour and a half or so, their sub imploded. But again, that is too much like the Colleen Ballinger thing. The sub exploding was the ukulele swan song, you will, for that. But the problem here, the one thing that I really want to highlight is that sense of entitlement you're talking about. I feel like it's not necessarily white. It's as soon as you hit a certain level of wealth. That is mostly for white people, but like as soon as you hit a certain amount of wealth, and by that I mean it's not necessarily because there's levels to wealth, you know. There's I have a lot of money, but you know, one coke habit, boom, I'm back on the streets. And then there's I can buy an island and not feel it type wealth, you know, generational type wealth. See, that's how that type of wealth works. And Stockton Rush is effectively, if you look at it, right, if you consider the founding fathers type people, like the guys who, two of his great grandparents signed the Declaration of Independence. I feel like that's the closest thing to being American royalty. I don't know, but like the guy came from means, and his hubris, I feel, wasn't necessarily like something that he actively chose. What I mean is, it was something that was kind of bred into him and reinforced through certain events in his life. But first of all, Chloe, what do you think of that whole situation before I go any further?
Yo, so many things were popping into my mind while you were talking now. Is the Cold War over? That is what's in my mind with this thing, right? Because, excuse me.
No, it's good.
I feel like space stations and under the sea and, all of this exploration of the unknown. Wasn't that all part of the Cold War?
I mean, the space race, yeah, that was part of the Cold War,
Yeah.
but then the space race was a little complicated, seeing as how America pretty much lost everything else except putting a man on the moon. It's almost like you're running a race, and then halfway through, stop, okay, this is the finish line, I win, and but you were literally behind us. I don't know. But, again, that thing I was saying earlier with the sense of humor. So before your boy, Stockton Rush, was into deep sea stuff, he was into aeronautics, I think. He actually he was a pilot, I think, actually a licensed pilot, right? So what happened was, I'd have to look this up, but...
So from the air to the water.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
Ain't that interesting? So apparently he suggested that they make some kind of plane that uses some material which is now commonplace, but at the time was considered revolutionary, right?
Okay.
Keep that in mind, right? So for him, I think, to see him make that suggestion, which at the time was probably met with chastisation, and then now it's ubiquitous, right? He thought, I want to do that again. It's kind of like when I'm doing my MMA predictions, and I'm able to predict a really big underdog winning, and I'm like, yeah, I got the magic thing. Then I predict the next big underdog, and they get ran over.
Yeah.
But it was that same thing, I feel. I'd need to look a bit more into that, but to get the full details of it. But I feel like he was trying to achieve that again. And being a man of means, it wasn't too hard for him to now think, okay, how to revolutionize deep sea? But here's the thing. The sea and the ocean are two different worlds. Okay. The higher up you go, the less pressure you feel. You get more free. The lower down you go, the more things get hard.
I mean, water is matter. It weighs.
Yes.
It's heavy.
Yes, that's true. That is true. So to go down there is a whole different science. See, when I heard about James Cameron and his little obsession with wanting to go as deep and then going all the way to the Marianas Trench and coming back, I can see how that can happen because he's a man of means. But with Stockton Rush, he was trying to do something not there. Okay, not right idea, wrong place. But this, of course, is what led to the more disgusting aspect of the story, which was his very flagrant disregard for, human safety. Have you heard in the, what's it called? They said that in the contract you sign, the word death was in it 4 times on the first page. Would you want to sign that, Chloe? If I handed you anything right now, and you saw the word death on it 4 times, and then you gotta pay me $250,000.
$250,000.
Yeah.
$250,000.
250,000, yeah. That's
God,
ridiculous.
suck my a-hole.
Right?
Nah.
That is ridiculous. But for me, it was the poetic nature of it, Titanic is still bodying rich people even 100 years after.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
Honestly, to me, it speaks to this human desire to be different, to be unique, to be special, to be the one.
True.
Sometimes you need to just allow things to happen. Sometimes you also need to hear other people, because I did hear that there were warnings.
A lot.
There were a lot of warnings.
A ton.
And the
Too
people
many.
who warned were basically just fired and told, screw you, you're not in the project anymore.
Oh my god. Getting fired for doing your job. Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Ain't that something? You see, my whole thing is too many of these, billionaire dudes watch Iron Man and they're like, I'm Iron Man.
Yeah.
Me, I'm the guy. I'm that guy who breaks the rules and wins the day and gets the girl. No. You're a dude with too much money. Sit down. Sit down. But I feel like that whole $250,000 thing is kind of like I don't want to say like a rite of passage, kind of like a like an exclusive thing. Like, oh yeah, I got 250k to drop on. I'm at that level of because for me, paying for Uber to go like really really far to see someone that kind of counts for me, man. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spend $250,000 to go into
Just go down in the ocean to a sea graveyard.
True, actually, yeah.
A sea graveyard of people who are not my family.
Yeah.
People I don't know. People
True.
I've never met. People who never thought about me. People who never ended up having children, and people who ended up leaving their children behind. People who are in no way related to me, and that I must go there to their graveyard.
Yeah, under like a ton of pressure, by the way.
Would their people not be upset? Would their souls not be upset?
Yeah.
Also, how many warnings, how many times does the universe have to say no before you listen?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. It's fully in agreement.
Also, deep sea is scary, bruh.
Yeah, way scarier than the sky. Because with the sky, what's your worst thing? What, falling from it? Yeah, cool. Deep sea, there's certain things that are specialized to live there, bro, and they're scary.
Exactly.
They're freaking scary, dude.
You might not die a nice peaceful death, right? See there, if you die in space, I think what happens is you fall asleep and you never wake up because they don't have the right stuff for you to breathe.
It depends on how the malfunction happens. If it's like, if they take you right now as is, like, skin and bone, Chloe threw you into space, you explode.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if I got to space.
Effectively, what happens to you is the same thing that happens to deep sea fish when they get away from the deep sea. You explode outwards because, you have atmosphere on you, but your body is also exuding a little bit of force out to keep you from imploding. So when that force stops, what do?
Yeah.
If I have the science right, I don't know. I think
But yeah, all I know is that machine that they sent down there, they try to make it out of carbon fibers.
Right!
They said it was, yeah. But you know what, guys? It's okay. It's okay. We want to go. Oh, it's this thing, bruh. Yes, I understand the appeal in dead people and graveyards. I'm not gonna lie.
So you say that. You probably had an emo face, huh? You had like a mad
obviously,
emo face. Oh, you look like the type.
When I was a young boy.
Okay, let's not. We're good.
Yeah. Nah, man. I get it. But like, at some point we need to realize that, okay, if matter cannot be created or destroyed, it means that it is just taking on different forms, right?
Oh, wow.
So if a bunch of people went down the Titanic, died there, right? And yes, I know, it's not a new thing. I know that a bunch of people have been visiting that gravesite, right? But in submarines. Apparently there's a difference between a submersible and a submarine.
Yes, huge
which
difference.
Is
huge difference.
what Oceangate taught me.
Yeah, me too. Actually, I didn't even know that. I just thought it was like underwater vehicle. Yay! Look at little boat go underwater. Yay!
But yeah, man. Just I think if we're gonna go to grave sites, and for our witchcraft, even if we want to go and get graveyard dirt, go to people you know. You feel me? Go to people you know and go there protected.
Oh, the ancestors, huh?
Yes, the ancestors. Exactly. Because you don't know those other ancestors down there.
True.
You feel me? And I feel like those people of the Titanic were trying to be nice to what's his name?
Stockton Rush.
Dude,
that's like such a that is such a billionaire name. Like, Chloe, if I give you a lineup of names and one of them was Stockton Rush, you'd be like, that's the billionaire. That's probably him.
Probably.
Stockton Gold Rush.
I feel like his ancestors were saying so many times, leave those people alone. But honestly, you rich peoples, okay? You rich people, I think you're gonna have to see a lot more human beings perish in the ocean before you understand that you must stop playing there in the ocean. And you must especially not go and play there where people are known to have died in the ocean. Because there's a reason that spot chowed them. There's a reason.
You know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for Oceangate Barbecue Edition, man. They could try to go to fucking space and like the plane crashes and they like all burn. Like, okay, I don't mean in Minecraft, okay? I love you, billionaires. I don't want you to die. But yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the because it might happen. Because all you need is one of these billionaires with enough riz to riz up all these other goofy billionaires.
Now you know what? You know what's next? Have you seen the movie Splice?
Yes, I have. Good God.
Splice is coming.
Oh my God, no! That movie was gross. That movie was gross. Gave me the weirdest boner. It was gross.
Oh, dude,
but anyway.
I watched this other. I listened to this other thing the other day, and it made me think of Splice. This woman was trying to teach dolphins human speak.
Oh dear, I've heard about that one. And then she got a bit too close to one of the dolphins.
Yeah, and they did all the frisky things.
Yeah,
and then they took her away. Then the dolphin like suicided itself because he was in love with her. Because
see, that's what they say. But when I read that, I was like, okay, what if emotional trauma? That thing suicided itself because it got abused. Think about that for a second, huh? You think dolphins just want to get smashed by you, dog? You think dolphins be seeing people and be like,
And now the abuser isn't here anymore,
right.
And now I'm completely
So now,
useless.
think about it. The abused cannot literally speak. The only thing we have is a freaking human abuser's perspective because we be human. But okay, I wasn't expecting that, but I think that's about as much time as we have. I'm gonna sign us off now. Chloe, is there anything you'd like to say to the people before we leave?
Yo, guys. Please protect yourself. And
Indeed.
please don't go deep sea diving. Okay? The ocean has killed a lot of people.
Still
okay?
is? Still.
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah.
So
Fish in the ocean only.
Fact. So that was Chloe Jade, and yeah, we'll link her social medias when the time comes. As for me, I've been Andy Mush, and I will be seeing you in the next installment of the BloodMedia Podcast, which is actually going to be a patron exclusive, I just forgot to mention. Yeah, this patron is supposed to be a patron exclusive podcast, but we're obviously dropping the episode on our YouTube so you can see what you gotta get behind the paywall, but I'm still working on that. Still got a bunch of other projects. I mean, I'm now talking to my real ones, you know, the ones who've been here since day one. Yeah, got some stuff going on. And like I said, I don't want to exactly say, I don't want to get into it too much, but yeah, be seeing you next time. Bye-bye.